Jeeves, activate the cloaking device.
With pleasure, sir. Now you see us. Now you... Oh, crud.
Cut! That's it! You've disgraced my set for the last time, kid. Take up basket weaving. You're fired! Get me the monkey.
I'll see you at the trailer, Clank.
Agent Clank, meet your new sidekick. All right, forget the chase scene and go right to the grand finale. You did read the script I sent you. First, you narrowly survive a series of death-defying stunts, yada yada. You defeat the Terror of Talos, yada yada yada. Finally, you rescue the Baroness, played by the lovely Miss Courtney Gears.
Okay.
And action! All right, this is the part where you take out the henchman, then chase Maximilian out of the bar. Try to make it look real, all right? Action! Oh, you got the stuff, kid. Now get to Maximilian's office before he can make his escape. Okay, Clank is hot on his tail. Maximilian tries to shake him off in rush hour traffic. All right, I love a good chase scene. All right, you're doing great, kid. Now, avoid the lasers and meet up with the monkey in the casino parking lot. One more time, people, like we rehearsed it. And action! Oh, you got the stuff, kid. Now get to Maximilian's office before he can make his escape. Okay, Clank is hot on his tail. Maximilian tries to shake him off in rush hour traffic. All right, I love a good chase scene. All right, you're doing great, kid. Now, avoid the lasers and meet up with the monkey in the casino parking lot. Million strikes back. Take 3. And action! Oh, you got the stuff, kid. Now get to Max Million's office before he can make his escape. Okay, Clank is hot on his tail. Max Million tries to shake him off in rush hour traffic. All right, I love a good chase scene. All right, you're doing great, kid. Now, avoid the lasers and meet up with the monkey in the casino parking lot. In this scene, Agent Clank and the monkey must put aside their differences and work together to reach that ledge. Let's see some real emotion out there, okay? Bridge is out. Think fast. How would Agent Clank get across? Fantastic! Keep it up, Clank! I love it! Okay, this is it, people. The grand finale, Giant Clank versus the Terror of Talos. Don't screw this up, kid. Action! That's what I'm talking about! The giant ninjas! Clank! check the gate, put it in the can, and it's a wrap. Take 5, people.
All in a day's work.
Cut! Printed! That's a wrap, people! Pure box office raritanium Clank. Even the critics are gonna love it.
You have no idea what a thrill it is to be rescued by a big hunk of titanium alloy like yourself.
Perhaps now you will tell me what Dr. Nefarious is planning.
I have a better idea. Why don't you ask him yourself?
What is it?
I have a present for you, Snicky Wookums.
Ah! I told you to stop calling me that! Just bring me Agent Clank!
Of course, darling.
Where am I? Is someone there? I seem to...
Agent Clank, it is an honor to finally make your acquaintance. I have been following your exploits ever since your first mission, when you defeated the mind-stealing snot beasts from Dimension X.
I believe there has been a misunderstanding. Secret Agent Clank is merely a fictional character I play on the horror video.
Lies! Squishy lies!
Oh, Len, I can't. It's not right. You're my cousin's uncle's son.
Lies! You are a hero to robots across the galaxy, and yet you deny your own destiny. You choose to bow and scrape before the squishes. Where is your pride in who you are, Agent Clank?
Organic life forms have as much right to inhabit this galaxy as we do. I see no reason to exclude
And
them.
I will give you a reason. Join me, and together we will rule an entire galaxy of robots. Or refuse, remain a traitor to your own kind, and follow your beloved squishies into the black hole of oblivion!
Clank should have been back by now. What could be taking him so long?
Double tap R1 to blast off with the charge boots.
Clank, where have you been? I thought something happened to you.
I was having my sprockets lubed.
You picked a fine time for a tune-up. Where's Courtney Gears?
Miss Gears has left the planet.
What? What about Nefarious? Did she tell you where he is?
Dr. Nefarious is aboard a star cruiser called the Leviathan.
Okay. Nice job, Clank. So, I'll just call Sasha and have her track down that star cruiser.
Yo, dudes!
Hey, Skid. How's the stakeout going?
Awesome! A few minutes ago, this totally tricked out space limo rolls up, and dude, you won't believe who was in it. Courtney Gears!
Uh-oh. Were you spotted?
No way, man! I've been staying out of sight, keeping a low profile. I'm like a shadow, dude.
And you're sure it was her?
Totally! She even autographed my t-shirt.
Ugh.
You know how much this thing is worth?
Skid, get out of there!
Hold on a sec, bro. Somebody's coming. Hey, if you dudes are here about the shirt, the bidding starts at 300 bolts. Whoa, chill out, man. Hey!
Skid's in trouble. We better get back to the Obani Moons.
This is the testing laboratory for the Biobliterator.
Let's see what Nefarious has been up to.
Whoa! Like I never knew you were this kinky, Miss Gears.
Don't you ever shut up.
Okay, I'll zip it. Man, the guys aren't gonna believe this.
Like, destroy all squishies, dude.
What? They turned Skid into a robot? That's impossible!
Not for Dr. Nefarious.
Don't be afraid, Ratchet. The transformation doesn't hurt. Much. Besides, I think you'll enjoy being a robot.
Let's see if you can fight better than you can sing.
Yeah, work it! Ouch! That looked like it hurt.
one disposable pop star disposed.
You okay, Clank?
Transmission from the Phoenix.
We've located Nefarious' star cruiser. It's refueling at the Zeldrin starport. Quark is already on his way there.
It might be a trap. I think Courtney Gears was setting us up. Even so, it could be our only chance to stop Nefarious. We'll meet Quark at the starport.
Be careful, Ratchet.
Come on, Clank. We'll come back for Skid later.
Like destroy all squishies and stuff.
Welcome to the Zeldrin Star